Happy Good Friday, everyone. Okay, so I wanted to share with you an amazing experience that I had last night. And so I'm going to try to get through this without bawling. I would write it in a post, but I wanted to be able to express it vocally so that you guys could picture this and feel the emotion coming off of me yourself. So let me kind of just start from yesterday morning. And this is not about me, okay? This is something that was shown to me. So visions are really not my forte. I think everybody knows, you know, where my gift, where God uses my gift at. So when I do get visions, I don't get them when I'm asleep. I always get them when I'm wide awake, and they come out of the blue. So that's what happens to me. And they're usually little, nothing that's ever too profound or, you know, anything like that. Just visions to show me, you know, signs, symbols, warnings of what may lie ahead. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I get in trouble. So the last couple of weeks I've been very, very quiet because we have been going through a very, very rough time. Just things not here, not with me and my family here, but just outside of us. And so, which it's on the mend, and things are coming together and coming out. You know, God's plan is it's unfolding, and it's okay. So, yesterday morning I had finally some time to myself. I've had a house full solid for 2 months, and so it's really been throwing me off of my routine of being able to really connect with God and connect with the group and with myself. And so I've just been kind of going through the motions. So I go in my bedroom yesterday morning, and I sit down, and I've got windows in my bedroom to where I can see outside my barn, my horses and all of that. And I grabbed a hold of my Bible, and I was holding my Bible, and I was talking to God, you know, just about everything that's been going on, as if he was sitting right there. And as I was talking and confessing my sins and asking for forgiveness, and even the sins I don't know that I committed, I hear this voice, and it's different, you know, the different voice that you hear when you know God is talking back, and literally had a full-on out conversation with him. And I've really been trying to expand and work on my heart chakra. Through these challenging times that we seem to go through, our hearts, that's usually the first thing that we really try to guard. As sensitives or empaths or just humans in general, we just, that's our fight or flight instinct, is just to guard that piece of yourself. And so when you do that, it hardens. And so I've caught myself doing that in the last couple of weeks, and I don't want that. And so he was talking to me, and he says, look up and look out to your barn. And as I did, I saw my horse walk by, and he said, you see that horse? You see how, or he said, do you see that horse? And I said, yes. And he said, I know how much you love that horse. Think about how much you love that horse. That's how much I love you, but 100 times stronger, that you can't comprehend. Do you see your cats? How much you love your cats? That's how much I love you, but 100 times stronger, and you can't comprehend. Your kids, your husband, your family. And so as he went down the line, I'm thinking about this as he's telling me this, and I'm thinking, I can't comprehend this. You know, I know you love me, and I know you created me for a purpose, but I cannot comprehend your love versus how I love, and how that's so much stronger. And so as we continue to sit there and talk, he tells me to open up my Bible. And anytime I grab my Bible and I say, please tell me where to go, I am so scared that I'm going to screw it up and I'm not going to open it up to the passage that is meant to be. So I try to have as much faith as I possibly can. And so I did it, and I opened it up and I read the passage, and I literally got teary-eyed. And so I read that, and I sat there and I just looked out the window for the longest time, just thinking about, you know, everything that's been going on, and thinking about God. I spent a lot of time thinking about God, because I want to get to know him better, you know, everybody wants to, you know, hopefully get to know him better. And so one of the things that, and I'll get to that in just a second. So I don't want to give it away too early because it's amazing. So I put down my Bible and I go about my daily chores, and life goes on throughout the day. Kids come home from school, everybody comes in from work, dinner's finished, everybody's sitting here watching a movie, and I said, you know what, I need to give some more time to God today. I need to be alone with God some more. And so Nicole had posted a YouTube video for prophetic. So I can't, in all honesty, all I seen was a prophetic. I didn't even read the name. I just clicked on the link. So what I done is I took my Bluetooth speaker in the bath, and I grabbed my prayer candle, and I lit it. I turn out the light. I run my bath, and I apologize for getting a little detail oriented when I go through and describe this. I'm not trying to give you a visual of anything, but literally I have to tell you this so you'll know where I'm going with it. So I turn off the light, and I get in the bathtub, and I'm sitting straight up, but I'm sitting kind of Indian style, and my hands are on my ankles, and I'm got my head down, and I'm praying, and I'm talking to God as I'm listening to this, and as my prayer candle is lit, and God starts talking back to me, and I can feel something happening to me, and this has never happened to me before. And so, and let me remind you, I am wide awake. I am not meditating. So as I'm talking to God, I'm asking God, please show me how you love. And so at that point I hear, let me show you this. And literally, and I swear, I don't mean to swear, but I promise you this is what took place. I felt my body go like I weighed 0. And my literally was rolled back in a laying position in the bathtub. My eyes are still open at this point. And in my mind, I'm thinking, did someone just lay me backwards, and should I freak out right now? And I hear, just trust me. And so I didn't fight it, and I trusted it, even though I didn't know what it was or what was going on or why I felt like I didn't weigh anything, and I just got rolled backwards in the bathtub, but it was real nice and easy and slow. And so it's like someone took their hand with my eyes open and went like this to where, and it was a snap of a finger. And let me go through and explain to you what I saw. And when I say what I saw, it was like I was there. I was standing in front of literally 2 white pearly gates. I had an angel on this side and an angel on this side. And when I say pearly white gates, they were the gates that you look like the iron, the black iron gates that you see that are really, really tall. Well, on each side of these gates were these long walls on each side of them, and they were bright and vivid and colorful. And to the left and the right of each gate stood cherubim angels. These angels were absolutely beautiful. Their wings, I'm not kidding you, were the length of my couch. They had on gold armor, holding gold, some type of gold rod with a round gold plate. They were about 9 foot tall. The gates themselves and the walls were even taller than that. I don't know if anyone has ever read the part in the Bible where God says the roads are paved with gold. Literally, they are. They were the old-time brick roads, it looked like, but they were all gold. And so I saw through the gate. Well, all of a sudden, the gates opened. And when the gates opened, this woman approached me, and I didn't recognize her. And she held out her right hand to me, and she says, "Come, child." And when I touched her hand, I realized who that was. It was Mary, Jesus' mother. And so when I stepped through the gates as they opened, and as she grabbed my hand, I look up, and before me, I see a fountain that had water flowing through it. I don't know how to describe this without two hands. I'm used to talking with one, but I'm trying to hold the other hand with two. So I see a fountain with all this beautiful, I don't even know how to explain it. Right behind that sat the throne of God. To the right of God sat Jesus. I saw Jesus, and he was absolutely beautiful. God, this is where I don't even know how to describe this. God was everything. That's all I know how to say. God was everything. Within a split second, I saw him black, white, brown, Hispanic, trees, water, earth. I mean, just, it changed like this. And I never saw a face. I just saw his silhouette, and his silhouette was huge. Not like human size, like huge. Now, Jesus was, you know, our size, but God was huge. Behind God, I saw this huge white mansion-looking house. To the left, when you walk through the gates, it went off to the left, and it went off to the right. On each side of these roads were all houses, all the way around. And when I say houses, I mean mansions. Everything was white. And so to the left, more white mansions. The colors were so vivid and beautiful. And when I looked onto the left, 2 or 3 houses down, there stood my family that had passed on. Family I hadn't even thought about in so many years since they had been gone. I seen my grandmother. I seen my uncle. I seen my great-grandmother. And then I saw a bunch of people behind them, but I couldn't make out their faces. It was just like, I just don't even know how to explain it. There had to be 15 or 20 people standing there, but when I looked and I saw my grandmother and my dad and my uncle, they were all smiling at me. And it was the most beautiful experience ever. And so next thing I know, I'm kneeled down in front of Jesus on one knee, and he places his hand upon my head, and he says, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes." And within a blink, he showed me the day I was born, at the exact moment I took my first breath. And he said to me, "Remember the Trinity, God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." And then I felt wind. The wind is the Spirit. And so I come up. At that point, I like set up. And I just started bawling because I saw God showed me and allowed me to come into his dimension and to be able to see the things that he showed me. I didn't see, you know, it wasn't like a out of body experience or a near-death experience or anything like that. I didn't see a white light. All I remember is laying back in the bathtub and bam, I've got two angels at my side standing in front of the pearly white gates. What do you say to that? You know, the love that I felt when I stood in front of God and Jesus made my chest about explode. And I felt it so strongly. I sat in there in the bathtub bawling for a good 15 minutes before I could get myself together enough to get out. And then I went straight from the bath to the bed because I could not believe what had just taken place and what God had showed me. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you know I never would I come on here and try to make myself look like a fool or make this up. I'm telling you, this happened. I was wide awake. I was not meditating. I wasn't dreaming. It was stunningly beautiful. You have no idea what is waiting on the other side for those that believe and follow the Trinity. And he said every time you see something else he had told me is he showed me a white dove with its wings expanded. So every time I see a white dove, I'm always going to be reminded of the vision he gave me and the love that he made me feel. So anyway, and today's Good Friday on top of it, and I wasn't even thinking about that yesterday. I love how God works. So, you know, pray, reach out, thank God. Just thank God for everything. Don't let your hearts be hardened. I have no speech to give other than I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, love and light to you all. May you be blessed. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.